Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. This week, we are looking at Chris Chibnall's first ever script for Doctor Who, 42, the Series 3 episode. And to discuss it with me, I'm joined by my three co-hosts. Firstly, to my virtual left, they were recently elected the president of the William Defoe Appreciation Society. It's Freezing Inferno.
Well, as you all want to know...
How do we kick him from this call?
You started it.
I know. If I kick you, I'm going to finish it too, but let's not do that. We have a podcast to complete.
Yeah, we have a show to do, so let's go with it.
To my virtual right, she's not quite the answer to life, the universe, and everything, but she'll do. It's Cognitive Usurper, better known as Cat.
I think you would find that I am the answer to life, the universe, and everything, because I'm just Monica.
It's Monica.
I just realised what that avatar was, and I'm terrified now.
I don't know if that's going to come through, because we usually put a big stonking promo picture over the meets call. Well, Cat's icon is currently Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club.
No. I can mute the big stalking promo picture to show Cat's icon is Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club.
There's if we ever show up memes, or if you pull up your bocce, it cuts to a thing where we're on the right side and talking.
Yep. So we'll be seen. I
mean, if somebody had actually watched the last podcast I put out, Fresno, certainly nobody in particular Fresno, you would see that when we were doing Sean's bit, hang on, I'm talking, Sean's bit about his plugs, you could see his icon the entire time.
There
it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
If you had him using the Bochi the Rock picture 2 minutes in, congratulations, you just won the pool. And finally, we're counting down the days till Elon Musk bans his second account on Twitter. It's Kachiri.
Guess what? That was last night.
He banned it last night?
No, so whenever I don't know what I was doing, but I clicked something trying to see a picture. I didn't realize it was from Twitter. And instead of telling me to delete the cactus post, it was like, you need to log in to view this. I'm like,
oh my God.
Using the Rider Kick to the Face Gmail account, I made a review center account, followed you guys, proceeded to taunt Elon Musk. And I'm kind of back on Twitter. But
did you just say Rider Kick to the Face account?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the Gmail.
Your email account is riderkick@gmail.com. Yeah. I bloody love you. What I don't love is 42.
Well, we don't hate it either.
No, it's mid. Sorry, MJ. It's mid.
It's mid.
No, it's a very intense story about how the Doctor, is on a very long ship and has a very limited amount of time to get him and a companion off of there before instant death. Let's see if this new writer to Doctor Who can stick the landing. What's his name again?
It's not like they're going into a giant black hole or something.
No.
No, they're not, because it's the sun.
Totally original.
This new fresh writer is Chris Chibnall. My God, we're doomed.
Yes. Hey, kids, take a shot every time we take a shot at Chibnall's Whittaker era.
And a little bit of housekeeping just before we get going. We've had basically a rethink how to do these podcasts. We are not going to do scene, then scene, then scene, then scene, then scene. It just wasn't working out.
So anyways, in the first scene...
Well, no, Ray, we got to the beginning of the episode.
You missed this, you know it.
You missed it, but I mean, yeah.
Did I though? Did I really?
Stockholm syndrome has set in already. Let's be fair.
I'm like Nimoy from that Simpsons episode. You missed this, didn't you? Didn't I?
It's been a long 4 months with us, and you missed every second those 4 months.
I wish I'd had working headphones for 3 of those months, but yes.
Wow.
That's part of the reason why we were gone for 4 whole months. Sean, I'm so sorry about the Christmas episode.
Well, geez, I mean, if we'd known that, we would have sent you a pair of headphones and another pocket mirror.
Dad already took care of that. He's got me the set of headphones.
Your dad already got you a mirror? Oh my God!
He got me the set of headphones that's on my ears right now. Shut up.
Now you can
But
see
42 then,
like
as you can probably guess. Sorry, Kachiri.
I was making a mirror joke. Never mind.
He's making a mirror joke, a man after my own heart.
Okay, sorry, Red. Go ahead.
And now I'm simmering quietly in the corner.
That's me in the corner.
Staring into a mirror.
That wasn't a bad one. But you didn't say losing my reflection. 0 out of 10.
All right.
He's going
Rain,
with the Willem Dafoe.
put us back on track.
God damn it!
Put us back on track, Rain. What is this episode about?
We don't have a track. So, as you probably guessed with the title, 42 pays tribute to the old Kiefer Sutherland series 24.
I'm okay. Fuck you, Fred.
I thought 42...
I was about to say, I'm like, Rain reacted more to the Willem Dafoe pun than you did. I was about to say that, then it's like you were silently like,
As well as being a tribute to 24, which is why we got the whole real-time clock thing, which got old really quickly. As Kashiri pointed out to me when he was watching the episode and taking notes on Discord, that clock really got old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else were they supposed to do to make the real-time element work?
Put it on the actual screen?
Put on the screen, not have to, like, repeat itself. Like, was that... Okay, realistically, let's say you were right next to that timer. While you were sitting next to the timer, did it just keep on repeating? Like, how did they phrase it? One second, let me bring back up my notes. Impact in 42. Impact in 41:59. Impact in 41:57.
It wasn't that constant.
Well, no, it wasn't that constant. But if you were on that ship next to that monitor, was it going to be saying that out loud every single time?
Okay, you're doing one of those. What's interesting, of all things, for some reason, I'm thinking of an old episode of the Justice League cartoon where, like, the Joker is doing some bullshit and he's got bombs set around, and it's like the bombs are going to go off in 25 minutes, and that puts a timer on the screen, and all the superheroes have to stop this and that, and it's constantly there. So, like, an approach like that could work, I guess.
I mean,
meanwhile, for a good episode, put the clock on the screen. Mommy on the Orient Express.
Yes, that's a very good episode.
Another, like, what they could have done is, like, you know, between scenes, cut to that timer, not say anything, and then go back to the scene and maybe only show the timer like 7. Like, we just got them watching real time, but 01.
Yeah.
How they did the timer. Yeah, every time a new scene started, they said where the scene was being taking place, and they had how much was left on the timer. Like,
there
what
you go.
if? What if, like, every time they cut back to the people playing the pub style quiz questions, which, by the way, is how we save ourselves on the ship, is we have to answer 30 pub quiz questions.
Oh, the pop quiz doors, yeah.
Yeah. What if, when it cut back to the team answering the questions, it was like, gate 22, 32 minutes left.
Yeah. It kind of does. It kind of does that, where it's cutting between the gates and the timer. 27 minutes remaining, shit like that. But yeah, I can see it. I can see that approach working. It's interesting.
It's a shame because the pop quiz does is actually a really good concept.
It's such a Doctor Who concept. It on paper sounds like the dumbest shit ever.
The crew got drunk one day and just changed all their passwords to the locks.
I mean, to be fair, it does sound like a very dumb thing in Doctor Who and in real life.
Yes, but
it's fine though, because it gives the Doctor a chance to judge humanity on not doing recreational mathematics.
I mean, it gives the Doctor a chance to judge humanity in general because of everything else that happens in the episode.
Happy prime numbers, baby. Happy prime numbers.
F.
Which 42 is a happy prime number.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. It would be. Well, no, 42 is not a prime number because it can be divided by 2.
It's isn't happy prime, is it divided by itself, but then, like, if you add 1 to the sum of it?
Yeah, but a prime number can only be divided by itself and 1. And 42 can be divided by 26 and 2.
Then what makes it a happy prime?
21 and 2. I can math.
Listen, I spec in the path of the word. I don't know a goddamn thing about numbers.
I'm dumb.
I was just reading the thing. Happy 42 was a happy prime as well. So
I'm the only.
I mean, what can I say? I'm enumerate. I can spell that. I just can't tell how many letters are in it.
A prime number just means it has excellent marbling, right?
A prime number just means it's going to fight Meta Ridley. One person got that joke. Thank you, Presto.
Oh, good lord.
But I do like the idea of the pop quiz doors. Either they are extremely dumb.
It's Barney, but it's Doctor Who.
And the one at the end is like, what's your favourite colour? I'm not sure. What do you mean you're not sure?
Well, they get through, man.
That's the final door as well to get in.
They were really drunk.
Your tastes change.
True.
I love how also
there have been times where I've used my favorite or my first pet, and it's like, I don't remember the name of my first pet ever. I'm just going to use the closest pet that I can think of that nobody else.
One thing I wasn't expecting to get out of this episode, a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference.
Like, what if like one of them was trolling and was like, "What's your favorite color? Chocolate pie."
Bryce.
Self-destruct in 5, 4, 3.
I mean, to be fair, one of my questions when I was younger to enter into my actual computer was just, you know.
You know. And I probably should like this episode more if it had been how it originally was intended. Because they had originally pitched this as a sequel to the Satan Pit. With Zachary and Ida returning.
Right. Yeah. We got a sequel to the Satan Pit. It was called Planet of the Ood. It was very good.
But this was before it.
Mm.
What, you're telling me that Not Rose could have been in a Rose-centric sequel?
Oh God! Speaking of Not Rose, Kateri, I think you want to take this.
Yeah, I've always been known for my immense hatred of what they did with Martha. Not the character. Like, I think Agria Freeman is a wonderful actress, even though I've never seen her in anything else outside of Doctor Who. But I find it criminal that we know so little of Martha that we barely know her more than her character from the end of season 2. The one who gets turned into Cyberman.
Yeah, her cousin Adiola.
Yeah,
and then dies.
We barely know Martha more than her cousin in the 13 episodes that she's in. Like, which I get they did this on purpose because there's a whole arc in season 3 about how Tennant is trying to recreate the magic that he and Rose had. And then there's that whole thing where Martha's like, I'm not Rose. And he's like, okay. And then we finally get this episode where she gets to prove herself, which is great. And then... Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Just thinking of, I think it's Utopia when she meets, regardlessly, John Barrowman, and they're talking about Rose, and he mentions the blonde. He's like, oh, she was a blonde! What a surprise!
Yeah.
But Doctor, you don't tell me you went around with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. So
no, that was 11.
Yeah. So we finally get like this episode in the Lazarus Pit, which was meant to give us more of Martha's character. And then what does the rest of the season end up being? We get a 2-parter where she has to pretend to be a servant girl, yeah. Then we get Blink, which she's in it, but let's be honest, she's not in it. She has like 2 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get the 3-part finale where she almost destroys the world while her black family is enslaved by a white master.
Oh, God. Yeah, when you look back, they did not do Martha's season very much justice at all.
No.
Wait, are you telling me that Great Britain is being kind of iffy about racism?
A little bit.
I'm shocked.
Remember 2008 when Great Britain was racist?
Whenever I was watching these originally, like so many years ago, like I used to watch these while I worked at like a hotel. Like,
okay. You need it again.
Yep. So one of the things I hated the most that I got actually angry about with Martha's character is she shows up 5 episodes after, I think it's 5 episodes, is the, when she returns in season 4. And she somehow has 2 years of character backstory built into her from the point she left the Doctor. Like, why couldn't we have this character development in this season she was in? No,
Yeah,
because we needed the season to be the not Rose season. I mean, even Donna had Rose, like all throughout her season too. So it's like, now the one season that's the not Rose season, we had to have a story focused on the fact that the Canadian's not Rose. That's my rant.
Yep.
It's a good rant, and I think you make a lot of good points.
I rate Martha a little more because she has her moments of agency and just general. Oh, okay, you can take charge when you need to, like in the Human Nature Family of Blood. She has some great moments in that, as we've discussed in our podcast on those episodes that you can look back on this very channel. And also, the climax of this, she sort of has a take charge attitude. She volunteers to do some help and stuff, and she helps the Doctor out. And she has her moments. And I do like that at the end of season 3, she like takes her own agency and is like, nope, I'm not waiting around for you. I got my own shit to do. I like that.
This is me getting out is a strong line for her to exit the TARDIS.
Yeah.
But imagine if she had actual character development.
Yeah, I know.
It could have been a lot better. It could have been
I'm going to be completely honest here. So when I first was introduced to Doctor Who, I saw a couple of episodes of Tennant's run with maybe it wasn't Tennant. I think it was actually Eccleston.
Yeah, and Rose.
And had a little bit of Rose in it, and it was fine. And I just sort of was like, oh, this is interesting, I guess. And then I put it away, and I didn't think about it for quite some time. And then Tennant came out, and I'm basic white bitch, so of course I immediately fall for the entire Doctor Who series because of David Tennant. I never
other fangirl in 2008.
When it aired, I never saw Martha until long after it first aired.
Okay.
So there are, to be perfectly honest, I don't think I've ever seen this episode before.
No.
Wow.
I don't think you're the only one, to be honest with you.
I knew about Human Nature because I think I picked it when we actually did it. And I knew about the Lazarus Pit because that was god awful.
Experiment! Lazarus Pit's in DC!
Whatever. It's still the same thing. It's the same concept. It's just, it's experiment instead of pit. Does it really matter?
No.
Exactly.
I mean, that episode doesn't really matter either, apart from the fact that David Tennant got his bum burned filming it, but apart from that, no.
So, Martha, I do like Martha as a companion. She's really cool. It's one of the first places I saw her was in that big thing with, where, unfortunately, Rose does come back. So I was a little bit more emotional over Rose coming back than I was over Martha. And it was like, oh, I don't know who Martha is. And then I watched the Lazarus Experiment.
Thank you.
And it's like, oh, that's who Martha is. Anyways.
Hi, I'm a pedant. Nice to meet you.
And it's I do wish that she had gone better. That she had, she deserves better. Especially better than 20 women.
I would have said that she deserves better.
Yes.
And had she actually got her appearance in planned appearance in Torchwood Series 3, she might have gotten better. She guest stars in 3 episodes of Series 2, and she may as well not have done, because in one of them, the focus is on the fact that one of the team members gets killed. In the second one, she nearly dies. In the third one, she stitches up the guy that died but didn't.
Wow.
That's basically it.
What fun.
And then she's like, well, Jack, it's been fun. Now I've got to return to London. Okay, bye.
I would love to see her return, though. I feel like she got gypped.
She's returned in Big Finish.
She has?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, there was a whole... They did a whole audio series about the year that never was.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
How many people?
But no, I would love to. I would love to see her come back and, have a relationship with Yaz or something. Be like, oh yeah, no, I joined a doctor companion group and met someone.
Oh,
Like-
okay, that'd be fucking poetic.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man, Martha and Yaz hooking. Yeah,
Here's the
I
thing.
mean,
At
let's
least
be
Martha
fair.
did more than Yaz. Ooh, I said.
And Noel Clark is quietly erased from existence.
Okay.
Let's
No,
be
you find out. No, you find out
fair.
he died from space AIDS.
God.
Christ.
But let's be perfectly fair to Yaz. She would not get with Martha. She would get with Clara because Clara is Dr. Light.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Holy fucking shit!
You're
Mom, holy fuck!
But Clara already has me. What?
Wow.
What?
Wait, you're with Clara? Holy shit! I'm envious.
No. He
No.
means Macy Williams' character. Not,
I know.
Oh,
It's a bit.
I
Hi, I'm
forgot
a
about that
pen.
one.
Nice to meet you.
Go with the Willem Dafoe, Rain.
Oh God. What's our next topic, Rand? Let's move on.
Just looking at the topic list, it's stop. Well, our next topic, funny enough, is that I've just become the president of the Stop Making the Willem Dafoe Joke Society. But apart from that, one thing I do like about Martha is the scenes with her mother on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Now, Kachiri, you have a good point that the universal roaming thing is dumb.
Like, no, I mean, it's a fine conceit, and it works.
Wow, Kachiri, that's the most convincing first impression I've ever heard.
Look,
Does it really work?
my
But, like,
opinion, when it comes to the universal calling thing, it's kind of like the replicators in Star Trek. Do we know how they work? Not really. If they tried to explain it to us, would it be a whole bunch of technobabble? Absolutely, it would be. Does it just work and create beautiful pieces of food? Yeah. It's just one of those things that you have to
They've
be like,
explained
yeah, it
the replicators.
works.
They've explained the replicators. It's shit.
What?
No, it's literally repossessed processed poop.
Yeah, he means fecal matter.
No, I see Cat's point though. It's like you're not supposed to be
Anyways.
thinking about the logistics.
I mean, basically, to Kat's point, anytime something like that happens, you just go Romulans, and that's the explanation.
Look,
No,
I just want to say, I like how we're making all these Star Trek reference and doing a Doctor Who reference on May the 4th.
Yeah.
That's poetic. That's poetic.
Hey, it's even better than that.
May 4th.
I did not even realize until about 2 hours ago what day it was.
I
Okay.
even said May the 4th in this shit.
Okay, but
What is something special about May 4th?
yes, Cat, it's Alice Day.
We all know.
Yay.
Oh my god, we all know that the better day is May the 5th because it's Revenge of the 5th.
Oh,
I thought it was Revenge of the 6th.
No, the 6th is my birthday.
hey, there you go. Well, lots of fun stuff happening there.
Happy
But-
2 days to our birthday to Kachiri.
Okay, so I just want to say my piece. Universal calling is like King Crimson. It just works.
Oh God!
Oh my
It
god!
just works.
No.
But it does lead to these rather touching scenes in one way between Martha and her mother.
I like this scene a lot.
And then somebody gets killed and ruins it.
Well,
I have a question.
Okay,
Yes?
but like, I do want to add that this scene also is really well lit. Like, I'm a giant slut for mood lighting. You know, it's not quite bisexual mood lighting, but you've got blue with a hint of red, and it's just really nicely well lit. The director of this is Graham Harper, who also he directed Caves of Androzani back in the 80s, and that is a well-received Doctor Who story. I'm fond of it. It's the best goddamn gun story Doctor Who ever did in the 80s, but this episode is really, really kicked up a slight notch by how well it's shot and lit. It looks the part, and it gives you that mood. It's all everything is lit awash in these reds, and there's steam coming up everywhere, so you really feel like the oppressive heat of this crashing spaceship plunging into a sun. And I like that. I like that. It elevates the proceedings above the writing, which is mid.
I think that the visuals of the episode are its strongest point.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. Also, Kat, that was the best first impression I've ever heard.
I know, right?
Every time we ask a Cherry or Kat to talk, you jump in.
I was
Wow.
patiently waiting.
Well, you should raise your hand.
The part of Sean Dillon today, we play by first again.
Oh god.
I will
I
explain
didn't
why
have
this
to
great
raise my
story is the
hand.
best Star Trek movie ever until you read all these comics.
Hey,
Sean, if you're listening, we love you, buddy. We love you.
Yeah.
5 people
Yeah.
just didn't work.
you just need to start saying your point.
Well, anyways, I have a question. So, funnily enough, I never actually saw Martha's intro episode, like, ever. I know there's a moon involved in the Jadoon.
Egg.
But from my understanding,
Wrong
she's a
woman.
medical student, right?
She's a doctor.
She's a trainee doctor, yes. So a medical student is right.
So what I'm hearing is she is far too old for her mother to be this high up her ass in her business.
Yes. But RTD moms.
That's just Francine's character.
RTD moms.
I guess.
And also, she does
I don't
have a
know.
reason. She does have a reason because of from the previous episode, the Lazarus experiment. The mysterious Mr. Saxon, who will not become important whatsoever, has been sort of pouring
Never.
poison into her ear about the Doctor, which is the reason why we have the government agents in her house.
I guess. I don't know. It's just maybe it's because of the way I grew up, but I'm not a fan of people being all up in my business all the time without my permission, essentially. So
Oh,
the
yeah,
idea of this mother just being like, hey, I want to control your life. Hey.
Tell
You
me
know.
about Doctor Who right now.
That does take an edge off the phone scene somewhat, but particularly the one where Martha thinks she's about to die, so she's like, "Hey, I'm calling you again, and we're trying to clear the air here," and the mother still won't let it go. So
Tell me about Doctor Who. I want to know about Doctor Who. Come
Can we
on.
also point out how dumb them getting to that airlock is? Like, there was a sign on the door. It's the escape pod.
Not even that. The dude is on the ship 24/7. He should know.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, they are running away from a fucking possessed son, man.
Who-
They're probably not thinking
Who could be
clearly.
taken out with a punch to the gut.
and being cryogenically frozen.
and being cryogenically frozen.
I mean, the punch to the gut doesn't take him out. That just stuns him long enough to freeze him in place.
But the fact that the punch does that, like, just grab something and whack him in the dick. It will take him out.
So what you're saying is that the sun possessed people are Brock Lesnar.
This episode needed more kicking in the dick.
He just keeps kicking me in the dick. Why is that?
Man, I cannot believe all the sun possessed people kick you in the dick.
Why do people keep kicking me in the goddamn dick?
You know,
Hi, I'm Kat, and I'm running for president this year in 2024 on my platform. Just kick them in the dick.
Yeah.
Hey, it's better than 2 80-year-old men, but our country's doomed.
Oh God! When Jon Stewart came back to the Daily Show and his first piece was about how the age of the candidates was an important thing to talk about. And, it's not ageist; it's actually an important point, and it is.
Yeah.
Well, there's been reports that the former President Trump, while he's in court, is literally crapping himself while falling asleep at the defendant's table.
Sounds about right.
Allegedly.
And I have heard all the MAGA people basically saying real men wear diapers. So
Allegedly, just because I don't want to bring that crowd to the podcast. Allegedly.
shit in
No,
my
see,
pants.
we run on
Oh,
parody.
lips.
We're parody.
Wait, whoa. First, I'll say that again. Say that again.
Shitting your pants to own the libs.
I'm pretty sure they've actually used that as a slogan.
I'm sure they'll do
They have.
fucking anything to own leftists. Really? Oh no! Oh,
It's
please.
hilarious because they keep.
But
owning-
our threat is indeed Corvin, and then later on Ashton. And as RTD pointed out himself on the commentary, they should really have name badges because you can't see who they are with the mask on.
Which-
Well,
Yeah.
wait. It's an episode of Doctor Who that basically has a slasher villain. I thought all the victims were nameless in these.
Okay.
And the mask actually was inspired by Cyclops.
We should talk about this a little for okay, well, if anyone else wants to go first with this.
Depends what you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought the masks were more of a Darth Vader reference. Hey, I'm getting the May the 4th in here.
Hey,
Good for you.
Because when they put them on, you hear that.
5 out of 7.
Yay! But so it looks fine, but and it does, that's just the whole base of this thing. It's fine. Like people rag on Chibnall for the whole the thing he did where he was a teenager and went on TV to complain about Trial of a Time Lord, where he called Terror of the Vervoids like, oh, it was very routine Doctor Who, up and down corridors, that sort of thing. And 20 years later, that's what he puts out. It's very routine Doctor Who. Nameless idiots running up and down grimy corridor. They're grimy, which is it looks a little better than usual, but they're still nameless idiots running up and down grimy corridors and getting got by a guy in knockoff masks, trying to look like an imposing figure. And it's even kind of like riffing on Moffat a little, burn with me. They're saying the thing and repeating it.
Join Chris Chibnall in his next effort when he decides to live stream Dead by Daylight.
Oh God!
But there's one part of this that just throw me off, like fucking tonally, and I think what happened was it was when when Corvin wakes up from the med lab and he opens his eyes and incinerates the doctor. Not the doctor on the ship.
Rosa Parks?
Yeah. Yeah. He incinerated Debbie Lerner so hard she went to the past and became Rosa Parks.
That was Rosa Parks?
Same actress.
Was the actress, yep.
Oh my God.
Wow, so you mean Chibnall fucked her over twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
But there's this weird tonal whiplash that happens in this scene. So the captain, whose name I've completely forgotten, that's how
Captain
McDonald. Yeah, she basically gets on the intercom and is like, so my husband is on the fucking loose and he may have killed our doctor. And it immediately cuts to a stock ass slasher villain scene where the other mechanic lady, Erina, I actually remember her name. Okay. And she's doing this thing where she's like bitching, they're saying, get this, get that, go for this, go for that. Oh, just kill me now. Oh, no, I'm being killed by a monster. Which it's stock in itself, but like you just heard on the intercom that one of your co-workers is on the loose and murdered another, and you're on to this shit. There's no fucking reaction.
Wait. Dialogue that is meant to be clever, but it's just like on the nose and very clearly a setup. I mean, you mean Chibnall wrote that? What?
Yeah. I mean,
the Wi-Fi is down.
I think I'm the only one that likes the "please kill me now," and then he actually does kill her. But one thing that is really gnarly is the impression left of the victims on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what that costs the fucking mind.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna say it, but we all know what it means.
I don't know what it means.
We all know what it's referring to. But
the only thing that would make this the whole "please kill me now" bit, the only thing that would make that more Chibnall-y is if she said she had a girlfriend in that rant.
Well, she doesn't, because when this episode first came out, there was a prologue on the Doctor Who website, and they gave Elena or Irina, whatever, I can't remember what her name is, a backstory.
What?
And she was basically a rich girl from rich parents who was trying to get away from her parents and accepted a job as a trainee on the ship.
They gave
also the ship. Sorry, go on.
They gave these fucking characters backstories in ancillary material and just made them generic slasher stock in the actual show? What?
It's even better than that. At the end of the thing, she says she knew that she and everyone on the ship was probably going to die.
What?
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
In the business, we call this really stupid writing, because if you need excess material to be able to explain the story in the main media, you've done something wrong.
I mean, the prologue literally ends with her dialogue of, I nearly got locked into Area 27. That's literally how it ends.
I mean, which is how she gets into the episode.
Yeah.
So
it's a prologue for a reason. But
why would you sketch out the backstories like that? Why wouldn't you? Okay, I know why that their backstories aren't fleshed out.
Because they're expendable goons. Well, they're not goons, but they are expendable.
Oh well.
They're not goons. That's unfair. But
no, it's stock. They're kill fodder. They're cannon fodder.
Yeah.
But then we come to a scene that I think is one of the highlights of the particular episode. The Doctor trying to save Martha and Riley. And by the way, Riley finding out, telling Martha he's got the hots for her is really kind of out of left field.
Oh, this is after he's like, oh, I'm not important. I don't have anyone to look up to. And I no family, no nothing. Like, okay.
I think Martha says, have you got anyone? And she says, I already have. And she's, oh, he means me. Right.
So I will say this is actually kind of believable because when you're in a traumatic situation, there is such a thing as trauma bonding, where he's with her, she's like being really awesome. She saves his life, the Doctor saves his life and everything. He's like super into her now because of that trauma bonding, probably.
I'll accept that. That's a good explanation. But the scene. The standout scene, I think, is the Doctor donning the orange spacesuit, and yes, it's the orange spacesuit again. We have to have this for every Doctor at one point.
Well, it was a big RTD thing. I don't think Smith wore this suit more than once, but David does in all 3 of his seasons.
All the Doctors, apart from Gatwa, and he might even do that in Series 2. We don't know yet, or Season 2, I should say,
or this season coming up.
Yeah, I was going to say it hasn't come out yet, so
he might be in season. It might be in Season 1, but it's not been shown in pre-episode material. That's the point. But yeah,
they don't have to show everything.
The Doctor heads out into space to basically reverse the magnetic pull and get the escape pod with Riley and Martha back, and he does it. This was originally a much more dramatic sequence where the Doctor would crawl over the top of the space station to activate the magnet, but this was proven to be too difficult to do, so they changed it. And actually, I think the change probably works better. Particularly since we've got 42 minutes before the station crashes into the sun thing, which obviously doesn't happen in the end.
Rain, I know why you like this scene.
Oh?
Because Murray Gold is going apeshit over it.
He is, but that's not the reason why I like it, actually.
Sure.
It's just the dramatic core of the thing. And then, of course, it leads to the Doctor being possessed by the
core us of the thing.
Oh, very good. Very good. 5 out of 7. And it leads to the Doctor being possessed by the sun, not the terrible newspaper, but the actual sun. And well, it's actually a sun, isn't it? It's not our sun.
It's a star.
It's the Taraji sun. It's a big star. And it turns out the reason why it's killing everyone is the crew scooped at its heart illegally.
Environmentalism.
Actually done pretty well here.
Environmentalism with Chibnall? I'm shocked.
Well, that wasn't Chibnall, that was Zedheim.
The plot twist, it wasn't Earth all along? What?
So, yeah, basically, to sum it up, Sun's haunted.
Sun's haunted. Yeah, Sun's haunted.
Well, it's not dead. It's alive.
Is this Rings of Akaten?
That was a haunted sun, but yes.
Okay, it was haunted. Well, it was a haunted something or other.
It's also a lot better than this.
It is. It definitely is. But
not according to Who culture.
Well, listen.
Well, they're uncultured for being Who culture.
Wow.
Okay,
I said it. Come at me, bros.
Okay, but the whole environmentalism angle with the sun doesn't really track with any real world parallel. It's not like the Doctor calls us out. Oh, you human beings, you like to take things, and you like to take natural resources, take without any consequence or thought. And it's like, it's a bit of a toothless critique, isn't it? Jesus, at least Orphan 55 was like explicit about it. You fucks! This is what we're doing to the planet.
Yeah.
But this is just like, okay, don't steal space solar energy from the sun because without checking to see if it's alive first.
You should have scanned for life, is what he keeps repeating.
Well,
This leads to the Doctor being put in the deep freezer.
Attempted to be put in the deep freezer.
Yeah, and then Corwin sabotages the deep freezer. So we get a slightly frosty David Tennant.
Which apparently they had the frosted suit at a museum for a bit.
That's cool. Oh God, no! I didn't mean to make that pun. No.
We're gonna get canceled.
That wasn't meant to be a pun. What do you mean gonna get cancelled? We've been cancelled several times over at this point.
Not legitimately. Yeah.
Just make a cactus joke with the main.
No, I haven't got the spines for that.
Well, ain't you a prick?
That was better.
Tish. Anyway, so
I don't mean to needle you.
Okay, so
we got your point.
Yeah, you quit while you're ahead.
If you keep making these puns,
I don't know. I just find jokes like this very succulent.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe.
Firm match with the sniper. So, so the dramatic finish is that the Doctor is trying to fight off the Sun's influence. He's telling Martha she's going to burn with him. Meanwhile, the Captain.
The idea of the Doctor trying to fight the Sun.
No, here comes the Sun is next week, Cap.
Son, I could take us to a different part of the universe where we could be. No, okay.
Don't.
Introducing the Doctor's news companion, the Sun. Just a literal sun.
I mean, to be fair, it would take care of the Daleks really easily.
The Sun can't understand why every time it meets somebody on its adventures, they die horribly.
Okay.
But this is all to set up the heroic sacrifice of the Captain, who takes her possessed husband and vents them both into space. And they embrace as they fly off into oblivion together.
The imposter.
Okay, I have a very, very important question. So we all know about like stuff like the Curse of the Fatal Death and Red Nose Day specials and stuff like that. Has there ever been a comedy section for Doctor Who where the Doctor's like, I know how to take care of this villain? He walks up and says, "You're my companion now."
No.
He nearly did that in the end of this series.
Yeah,
and then after he did so much, he allowed himself to get shot.
Yeah, he does that. Like David Tennant did that a lot, where he offered to spare the bad guy and they can travel together.
No.
Like that.
That's not my joke. The joke is that he goes up to the person and says, "You're my companion now," and that gets him killed because he's now the Doctor's companion.
Oh.
Well, it depends. Are they female?
Wow.
Sure.
Wow.
God alive.
But the day has been saved. The Captain has sacrificed herself. The two surviving crew members, Riley and Scannell, are waiting to be picked up by the police to explain their story. And then it ends with the mysterious woman, and that's literally her name in the credits, Mysterious Woman. Mentioning Mr. Saxon, I'm sure he won't become important at all.
Nope.
And that's our episode. This was not meant to be the Mysterious Woman, by the way. This was supposed to be the same character that appeared in the Lazarus Experiment, but the actor wasn't available. So at least the 12 thought, great, I've got a role in Doctor Who now. And then looked at the script and said, oh, and it's 2 minutes long each episode. Great. And I don't even get a character name. Apparently her name was actually Miss Dexter in the shooting script. And I think I know what they were going for there. She's the sinister woman. Opposite of sinister is Dexter. Yeah, I hate it too.
What's up, Press?
Cool.
So I just wanted to go back to the whole Captain Sacrifice thing and be like, I'm interested in what the power dynamic on this spaceship crew was, because she was the captain of the ship, but she's married to this guy. But we don't know what his role on the spaceship was or where he fell on the hierarchy of it because he was like possessed before the episode began. So I'm just curious about that. It would probably make this hit a little better and be a little more poignant than it is. But it's moderately poignant.
Cabin boy.
Boy!
He was janitor.
He was third in command.
Interesting. So the
Scannell was second in command, and Cord Van Vick was third in command.
Power dynamic at play there, maybe. Could have made some interesting friction in a different story, but
it didn't.
It's neither here nor there.
As we say, though, it's not a bad episode. It's just mid.
It's mid, but like as I said, it's mid with a slight elevation over how it's shot. We didn't mention the we didn't mention the scene where the airlock gets the escape pod gets fired, which in the first point is hilarious because of the whole counter hacking thing, where the Ashton in the suit with the gloves is like counter hacking. What's his name's hacking of getting it back?
Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
Riley.
And in the first part, it made me think of that old Simpsons joke. Boo, boo, boo. Your fingers are too fat to dial. Because he's doing this. He's like, beep, beep, boop, 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 but he's got these big ass gloves on. And then his solution to the whole counter is just to fucking punch the panel out.
Ashton smash.
Ashton smash. It's hilarious. But the actual, like, when it launches and the Doctor and Martha talking to each other through the portholes as, it slowly drifts away, actually very well done.
Yeah.
Well,
and they cut the music as well.
Wow, a lack of Murray Gold.
That's bad in that. Fucking enunciate.
What?
When the Doctor's yelling at Martha that he's going to save her, I'm looking at his lips and trying to read them, and it's like, he's just like, you know that meme of the cat that opens its mouth real wide and then closes it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why they did that scene in season 1 to prove that he could actually move his lips in a normal way.
He's miming. Yeah. He's miming. I'll save you.
Yeah.
Over and over.
He's like, bar, bar, bar.
It's like the meme with the cat where there's only 2 bits. It's the mouth closed and a mouth like in a giant O.
That's literally what I just said.
Isn't that literally your recycle bin?
Anyway, porthole talking was done much better with Ten and Donna in Partners in Crime.
Oh, that seems amazing.
Yes.
On the internet.
Yes. So 42 was mid. Let's hope that what comes next week is not mid.
Well, I should hope so because it's new Doctor Who.
Yeah, next time we have Series 14.
Hey.
I know it's Season 1. I refuse to call it that. It's Series 14.
New Doctor Who, Season 1.
And we've got a very unique thing happening here because of the way they're doing the episodes. And it's left us with a bit of a problem here, actually. So there will be simultaneous midnight releases of between the USA and the UK on the internet of every episode.
So... Well, it's midnight for you, but it's like
yeah, and people were not happy about that.
It's 7 p.m. EST for us over on this side of the pond.
The amount of people that didn't get simultaneous global release was sending me into orbit, but that's besides the point.
Well, now you know how we felt from 2005 to 2011.
So the point is, do we? Because I still kind of want to watch it on TV, so we may have to record on Sundays if we can. But the real problem is. Okay, Monday then.
Well,
probably hash this out like off script. Hey, kids, we're hashing out the technical details of this shit live on the air.
I mean, you got to. You've got to. But
I'm back at actually working in a place now, so we can't do Mondays.
Okay. I'll break the habit of lifetime and watch the episodes online in the morning.
Hey, you can watch them second time on terrestrial television. There you go.
I suppose so. But the other unique problem is there's 2 episodes next week. And it's not a 2-parter. Really? Yeah, Space Babies. I have to say that again. What? Space Babies.
What?
Space Babies. And The Devil's Chord. And I believe Devil's Chord is the Beatles episode. No, it's not a 2-parter. I just said it. I don't think it's a 2-parter.
I mean, cutting the devil's cord off the baby.
Oh, God. I need a cold shower after that joke.
Oh, God.
That wasn't really a joke. That was more of an observation.
I need a cold shower after that observation. So we'll
Maybe
figure
this is
something
the
out.
sequel
But
to the Satan's Pit.
the upshot is you're getting 2 podcasts this week, you lucky people. And one of them has a special guest. And they know who they are.
Okay. Neither do I.
And you know who it is. They called this when as soon as the words Beatles episode Doctor Who was mentioned.
Who are the
Beatles episode of
Beatles?
Doctor Who?
This person literally messaged us and said, "I'm in, bitches." We didn't even ask them what the question they were in for. We knew.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Basically, I do think they may have shown a little too much of in the trailers, but God, it's good to see Doctor Who getting promoted again properly.
Yeah, not like when they deleted the social media. What a great promotion that was.
Oh, shit, you card.
We gotta go at least. We have to bring that up at least once a podcast every time we talk about new stuff. Now, love it.
But it's so stupid.
Yeah,
It deserves to be brought up again because it's so stupid. But we will work out the kinks and we will find a way to do the season 1, series 14, whatever the hell episodes.
Doctor Who season 1.
Yeah.
I consider it season 1 because it's basically just a new era.
If I had a nickel for every time Doctor Who had a season 1, I'd have 4 nickels.
4?
4. The
Cool.
original series, the reboot with Bill, and now this one.
She's right.
Okay.
She's right. They tried to make series 10 series 1. It didn't take.
Okay.
They literally called it the pilot.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Did I do something there?
Yeah, crafty shit.
I'm going to take credit for it, even though I don't know what I did.
Because it's
That's
not called the
genius.
pilot. Because it's not called the pilot because it's an actual pilot. But that works so well that I'm accepting that crafty shit.
No, that's the explanation that was said during the Unleashed.
Yeah, but Cat's explanation
Now
also
we're
makes a
explaining
lot of
the
sense
joke
as well.
now.
So I'm going to allow to have that one. I repeat, crafty shit.
Say
Wait,
goodnight, Brainiac.
did you not realize at the time why they called it the pilot?
Because there was a literal pilot in it.
No, literally.
It was
but what
also
Kat
for the-
said-
Yeah, it was
What
supposed to
Kat
be the
said
brand
is
new quote-unquote
legitimate.
series.
Y'all are explaining the joke.
She's called the Star Pilot. Also, we're explaining the joke. God damn it.
You see, when I say Willem Dafoe, that is actually a play on the name of the actor Willem Dafoe, but I've replaced the last syllable of his name with the word for go.
But the thing is, Kat.
So
wasn't
Madoka
joking.
episode 3.
So
By the
it's-
way, for anybody who's wondering about the William Dafoe jokes, maybe you should join up my stream on Sundays.
Oh, yes. Where can we find that stream, Cat?
Well, that's at twitch.tv/concave usurper.
Oh, and speaking of streams, we are in the month of May. So on Monday evenings over at twitch.tv/freezing inferno, we're going to have another Mega May marathon. Oh, goodness.
I can't believe you're doing Guilty Gear marathons.
Hey,
Totsugeki,
whenever
baby.
I feel like it, which I haven't been feeling like it lately, I've been trying to get through the Mega Man Zero series on my stream.
Hey, even more
And I
Mega.
play Zelda sometimes.
Would that be at twitch.tv/Takachiri by any chance?
Oh, that and my YouTube and TikTok. I'm also been streaming on TikTok too.
And where can we find this TikTok?
Same, Doug Kachiri.
Not in the US, that's for sure.
Wow, I tried to play him in.
Ain't
It's
that the
like,
truth?
yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
And you've got all our socials, rant and whatnot. There,
Yeah, you
linked
can
down
find
below.
it. Whatnot. Yes, that's my new Twitter account.
Also,
Rant
buy a whole
whatnot.
bunch of books that people on the show have written / contributed to.
Wow, you are murdering this plug bit. It's The Tower for the Trees by Sean Dillon. And Bethlehem Fair Volumes 1 and 2 by Lena Fenrir McTeer.
And
The Shadow of the Gallifreyan, which you're part of.
yes, forgetting my contribution, are we?
I was taking a pause. So I could forget it.
Don't forget.
I'm waiting for us to have some actual writers on the podcast again.
And don't forget, we also were doing a Kamen Rider podcast while Rain's been working through their stuff. And we just finished all of season 1 of 01, and I made a 26-hour supercut of it. So now Rainiac.
I like how you call it season 1. Like that's not the only series.
01. I said 01.
01.
Oh, I thought you said season 1.
Season 1, but
He said season 1.
Anyway, look out, Quentin Reviews. We're coming for you. We're coming for your long form content.
Look out, Quentin Reviews.
Don't worry, we talk a lot about Scott the Woz for some reason. One of the podcast episodes.
Why the hell did we talk about Scott the Woz?
I still remember the time Scott the Woz basically had an aneurysm when Sans was revealed as a costume in Smash.
That wasn't Scott. Well, it could have been Scott the Woz.
Well,
join the Kamen Rider podcast where Kachiri manages to find the one robotic dog that I despise.
You're right, by the way. It's actually Scott Falco, isn't it? That had that reaction.
No,
it's still funny.
There's Kamen Rider was, and that's why it got brought up.
Oh right, Kamen Rider. Oh right, was right.
That whole Sans reaction video is still funny, by the way.
Also, hey, watch Shin Kamen Rider. It fucking rules.
I
will add that to my list of things I have to watch at some point.
Watch Kamen Rider 01. Do not watch Kamen Rider 01 others.
That's what you said.
Trust me.
Watch Symphogear Season 5, Rain. It's waiting for you.
I did.
What?
Hey, Rain, I think it's time to say goodnight.
Yeah,
thank you. Somebody finally said it. Good night, Kachiri. And we'll see you next time. For, and I have to say it again, Space Babies. What sick man sends space babies to fight me?
He does know that the term Star Child exists, right?
Well, maybe there's a reason it's called Space Babies, but we'll find out, I guess, next week.
Babies,
well, there better be babies in space. Or it better be the babies of the new planets coming in. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we'll find out next week.
Half the...
Yeah, the universe is still destroyed.
We'll find out next week, but probably not about that, but we'll find out next week. And until then, we hope you've enjoyed this little discussion of 42 with the new format, which we're kind of workshopping at the moment. But it certainly made it a lot less time than the previous one, so that's certainly a plus.
And just as chaotic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't keep the chaos.
43.
Say goodnight, Rain.
That was an underrated joke by Kachiri, by the way. Good night, Rain. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time for Space Babies. Until then, bye for now.
Bye. After years and years of having to make sure that I can actually hear stuff when I'm laughing, because I tend to laugh really hard, I got used to laughing very silently. So it's always usually complete silence and then...
yes, the good old silent mirth.
Speaking of silence, that's a telephone.
Which we didn't hear because it's silent.
Can you tell the caller I'm trying to watch my Formula 1 qualifying in 40 minutes?
Okay, sorry. We are professional podcasters.
We're what?
What?